to your favorite show, The Discussion. I'm your host, Chelsea Okonji. If you are just joining us, welcome to the GBKM network. Please download our app. Just search GBKM on iOS or Android to be able to catch all of our shows. So you'll be able to see our past shows, catch up with our live shows, check out what each and every host and OAP is doing, and also keep up to date with the GBKM network and what's happening here. If you missed the app and you haven't been able to download it for any reason, you could also catch us on our website. Just check www.gbkm.tv or www.gbkm.fm to be able to keep up with the latest up-to-date things that we're doing right here. Welcome once again to your favorite show, and today's show is going to be very interesting. If you haven't already guessed it, our topic is discussing Diaspora's reaction to the new Olu of Warri, and this was an event that shook everyone. Whether you are an indigene of Ishakiri or not, there is a new monarch in town, and it has had an impact on everyone that calls themselves a Nigerian. With me today as a special guest discussing this is going to be our very own Director of Green Rental Home. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sonny Arue Ngo. Thank you. Welcome.
You're welcome, yeah.
How are you today?
I'm good.
And how do you feel about the coronation of the new Olu of Warri?
I feel elated. Like every Nigerian. There's a new king in town.
Yes.
And like Obasanjo said, the king is the new dawn.
It's the new dawn.
So everybody is happy. He said when the righteous rule, the people are happy.
Exactly. Now, explain that a little bit further. When you say a new dawn, there's a reason why people see this as a new chapter and a new dawn. Why do you think that is? What's different from this particular king as opposed to the other kings that we have had?
King Atuwashe III appears in his speech to carry a lot of grace. He demonstrated that at 37, somebody can handle the affairs of Nigeria successfully. He made us proud as Ishakiris, and he spoke in a way like no other king has ever in the history of Ishakiri land and Nigeria. So it was very appealing.
It was very appealing.
Yeah,
what I find most humbling about the speech is everyone was able to relate to it or was moved by it in some way, some form, or some manner. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. Especially where the king reversed a course that was placed by both his grandfather, King Atuwashe Erejuwa II, and the Oba of Benin, Erejuwa II, Akenzua II, sorry. When he reversed that course, it was something never thought of.
Exactly.
And people felt something near hope once again in a country that is so full of discord and disunity, so full of hatred and and anger for one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially right now that people are looking at the federal government and wondering what is going on with our nation. In a time like this, he was able to forgive the federal government of a grievance that was done to his forefathers before him. That is something that is usually unheard of. And it seems like nobody even revisited this curse since it was placed. And what do you think the significance of him forgiving this is for the Shakiri people, for the land, even for us in diaspora?
Well, it's obvious to every Nigerian that the country is in disarray, has been in disarray. There's no peace, kidnapping, banditry,
Maiming.
everywhere, no employment at its lowest. So, if there's peace and stability, then that means there's hope. And people would once again begin to want to go back home, and all he said has been very encouraging. So that we are very optimistic going forward, that the right things will
Be done.
And Nigeria will see progress once again.
Once again. I think you're very right about that, in the sense that he restored hope to, the hopeless, more or less, and especially in this time where things are not the way they should be. He gave a lot of people an opportunity to look forward to something again. And he did it with so much grace. He put God in the center of his coronation. What kind of effect do you think that had on people?
I believe God makes all things possible. As he has identified with God, there will be peace in that country. His reign will bring in prosperity. The cause we talked about the other time was a typical example of one of those things that we have to, that he thought should be taken care of as a starting point.
Yeah.
Because in his belief, just like most of us, if there's a cause on the land, things don't go well.
Yeah.
So he thought it right to revisit the cause that was placed on the land between two Eridua, the second, his grandfather, and Akenzua the second, the Oba of Benin. And by so doing, we hope the land of Iwere and the country will be better.
Will be better. Definitely. And now, speaking on Benin Kingdom as well, with such close ties to the people of Warri and the Shakiri people in general, the king has a wife who is a Benin wife, and his mom is a Yoruba woman. He seems to be the only king so far who has had such close family members with all these ties, especially to these other cultures closely related to the Shakiri and Warri people. How do you think this impacts, the way we see ourselves as a whole, as Nigerians? Considering that Nigerians are usually very tribalistic.
Thank you very much. One of our problems is tribalism.
Yeah.
If somebody can decide to marry from anywhere, especially like in the case where the king got his wife from Benin,
Yeah.
the father of the king, Atuashe the second, got his wife from Yoruba.
Yeah.
We need make progress. It simply means that we are seeing beyond the tribal sentiment, and that way we connect easily with each other. So I see is a marriage to Ivie Okumbo,
Yeah.
just like his father, who got his marriage, who got married to Yoruba, as a one major way to bridge ethnic sentiments.
Yeah. Definitely. A way to bridge ethnic sentiments and a way to just tell Nigerians that it is okay as well.
Exactly.
You know, to see your neighbor as yourself. It is okay. These other tribes are humans too, and we can be celebrated in our differences as opposed to having them tear us apart.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, what do you think will be expected of the king now that he has given us such a grand, hopeful opening? What do you think will be expected of his reign moving forward?
Like I said, his reign will be peaceful. The king doesn't have the purse, but the king knows that with God all things are possible.
Right.
If you take your minds back to the speech he made, before the speech, he referenced God, and he said he doesn't have the pulse, and what that means is that God in his mysterious ways would do the impossible for Nigeria. Nothing happens without God.
That's true.
It's just for us to place our trust in his hands and believe that not by worshiping man or worshiping the king but by worshiping God.
That's a good point to raise.
Yeah,
because it seems like
worshiping the king.
Exactly. People tend to worship human beings. And there are a lot of unbelievers that are not Christians or don't believe in God. Some may say that they see his move as presenting God first, a way of trying to convert people, a way of trying to just make people follow God. Similar to what the Muslims are trying to do with their religion. What do you have to say about this?
No, that's not true. The king he watered everything down. He didn't only reverse the course. He statements like interconnectedness between the spirit and the physical manifestation. You see, these are things that most spiritual leaders understand. That there's nothing happens in the physical that hasn't taken place, or that will not first of all take place in the spiritual. So when a man starts coming like that, you understand where he's going. So the idea of wanting to divert or convert people to be Christian just the way the Muslims are doing same. No, wouldn't work here, because don't forget, the people that were in that hall are not all Christians.
That's true.
Not all.
They're not all Christians.
Yeah. But they bought in.
Yeah.
They bought in.
Yeah.
They are not. They bought in. They bought in, especially with the way he presented his case.
Yeah.
Before man and God.
Before God and man. Yeah.
Before God and man. Thank you very much. So it's not about. If you watch the whatever Islamic whatever, you know from the way they talk when they try to invoke their Muslim sentiments. This is not so, you know.
So this is just about a man that has been given grace from God.
Exactly.
And wants to serve his people rightfully as an ordained king. Well, that's all the time we have today. I'd like to say thank you so much for coming on the show. Do you have any final words for our viewers, or anything that you would like to leave them with, especially people that are watching this?
I would like to leave my viewers with the knowledge that they should be hopeful. They should not they should be hopeful and believe that Nigeria can rise again, and that with God all things are possible. And if they do their bit, I do my bit, that country could become like any other country that we all want to.
That is absolutely right. And on that note, we're going to take a short break. Remember, you've been watching the discussion. When we come back, we're going to be discussing further.
Do you want to be your own boss and make income or extra income with flexible schedule? Welcome to Keenan Courier. Keenan Courier works as a marketplace platform connecting customers who need something delivered with drivers that are willing to serve them. Courier with any vehicle, better trip allocation, and cash out your earnings whenever you want. Download our driver apps today to sign up.
Welcome back to the discussion. Still on the topic of Diaspora's reaction to the new crowned King of Warri, I have here with me to discuss this a very, very special guest, Miss Dorcas Adodo, who is definitely going to tell you how she feels about this entire event and give you her insights as an Aboriginal Warri person. Welcome.
Hi everybody, you already know my name, Dorcas Adodo.
Yes.
My middle name is Orisheti May, means God is my support.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you for joining us today. First of all, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm doing well.
Okay.
How
awesome.
you doing?
So I know that we've all seen on social media that, you know, there's a new monarch in place in the Delta State in Warri, Shekiri to be exact. What do you feel about how do you feel about the new crown king, the new Olu of Warri?
Actually, what I not really express, I can use what to express how I feel because we're really excited.
Wow.
And most especially, he's one of the youngest. He's young. So we know that when a young king is ruling, there's bound to be young things coming out of it, no old age stuff, right? So I'm really, really excited, and because he's humble, I think he's going to move us along with anything he's putting up for us to come to.
Speaking of him being a young king, he's actually the youngest to ascend the throne in this capacity. And a lot of people had a lot of concerns about him being a young prince, especially because he was supposed to be on the throne about 5 years earlier. What do you think will be the positive side of having a young king on the throne?
I think it's a good thing, right? Because sometimes when you look at all over the world, you see the young ones. We have a lot of things to do. We feel the impact of anything we want to put in place, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like selfish plans and desires. It's
Yeah.
something you know that it would benefit your children. Because sometimes some of them don't even have your child yet. So you are doing something to benefit your children and your siblings. Because like you already know, he is the oldest child of his father. So that is to say, he has a younger one. So he has to make up plans that will benefit everybody. So I think his mindset, digital mindset, everything that he has in place will actually benefit everybody.
That's amazing. And I think so too. Even just from hearing the way he speaks and the plans that he has moving forward. As a Nigerian in the diaspora, that must have been a proud moment for you to watch and see this happen, right? Being of the state as well. Now, what do you think the future holds for Warri State?
I think the future would we have a good future ahead of us. If you actually, I don't know if you saw his speech when he was talking, you can see that wisdom right there.
Yes.
Because normally, any king, when king is talking, some of them sit down talking. But a young person, he actually recognized the fact that, or the mind the fact that he is a king, which everybody adore. I don't want to use the word worship, but technically that is what we do to him. He still says, I'm going to stand up, but the speech will be long. So just keep yourself seated. Just make sure you sit. That's what actually gives me goosebumps. Like a king is telling you that I am standing up to give my speech, but you can sit down.
You can sit down.
Seriously?
I know. And that speech he gave was powerful. He acknowledged almost and addressed everything, even as far back as, reconciling a curse that was laid to the federal government, which had a lot of people, in different reactions when he did that. What did you think about that?
For me, because sometimes if you want, because I always don't mind, I'm into law enforcement, right? So I look at stuff from different perspectives. So if you look at even in the time of the Bible, you see that it is when a curse is being laid, God also used somebody to eradicate the curse or to remove the curse. So right there, that is his first 1 hour of being in the throne, but he has put in place a way whereby he knows that bringing out all this waste, just saying that, okay, this is, he didn't even have to list what has happened, right?
Yes.
But he said, for this reason, we don't want to know the reason. Okay, the curse is being removed by him. He's looking at it from a political perspective, spiritual perspective, traditional perspective. He's removing the curse. That is to say, he has the mind of, let me say, he has the interest of the masses at hand, not just the Shekiri kingdom, not just Delta State, not just Nigeria. He even went as far to Africa. Like that is why I am so happy that he is from that perspective. He has the good thought towards everybody, and I pray that God will give him the grace to carry out whatever he has come there with.
Exactly. I pray so too, especially because he's also Christian, which is something that we don't really see often, especially with kings and monarchs. So when he made that statement and when he, took back that curse, forgave, and let peace reign was part of his speech. A lot of people were really touched by that. So we wish him well in his reign. Now, how do you think this impacts us as even citizens of the country in diaspora? How do you think this encourages us or discourages us or just impacts us in general?
I think it encourages us in the sense that, because like I already told you, based on the thing I'm into, law enforcement, and I have a store, and I meet people on a daily basis. I don't want to say hourly, but let's say daily basis, right?
Okay.
So some people don't want to go to Nigeria because of their experience, and now people are now seeing that okay, the experiences, the negative experiences that we have, it might, let me not say it might be from that courses that is making us. So people don't want to go to Nigeria, but me, trust me, I go every year. God has been
Every year.
but yeah, I do. I love my 5 siblings I have back home.
Oh,
I love
that's
them so
nice.
much. I don't have a dad or mom, but I have to see them every year.
Every
So what
year.
I'm saying is
That's
that
encouraging.
looking at it from that perspective, people will want to go. But if Nigeria is peaceful, I'm not joking. There are a lot of people that will not leave that country because we have a good weather. We
Yes.
are
So many
Nigeria
natural
is full of
resources.
blessings.
Yes.
But because we don't know if that's the cause that is affecting it, but a lot of stuff have gone wrong
Yeah.
in Nigeria. So now that we are looking at it from this perspective, because his wife is from the Edo state,
Yes.
and his mom is Ife, which is Yoruba woman. So
Yes.
that is the origin of his Shekiri kingdom.
Shekiri. Yeah.
So him as a king, according to the history, they said he is the first king that have the Yoruba and the Benin
Benin
in
together.
his life, in his
Yeah.
immediate life. So his wife and his mom and him together. And I pray that with all the effort he's going to put, God will grant him success in everything he wants to do. And I know that we are going to be ready to start going back home and enjoy that country. It's so sweet, trust me. I am so proud to be a Nigerian.
I am too. Congratulations to that. That being said, are you looking forward to going back this? When do you go back? Christmas or summer?
I don't really have time. I go anytime.
Okay.
But I won't go now because I have a baby. She's 18 months. And I always go with my thank you.
Okay, so congratulations to you on that. Congratulations to your baby as well. We
Thank you.
both have in common that we wish the new Olu of Warri a lot of success. He is indeed the first of many in so many ways, to have the Yoruba and the Benin Kingdom together, to be the youngest, to be the Christian. And we hope that his reign continues to shine through. Now,
Amen.
also coming back here to Nigerians in the diaspora and us being excited, what do you think we can do to continue to support this kind of movement?
When you say this kind of movement, I want to look at it from a perspective whereby I don't want to use the word. I don't want to first of all use the word trust, but we have to believe in ourselves. Let me go down side. I don't want to say trust. So we have to believe in ourselves, because when you believe in your next person, that another Nigerian or and anybody around you, I step on you to go, and somebody step on me to move forward. I think that is the first thing that we have to do. If we can collaborate, if we can be our brother's keeper, like the Bible puts it, then any plan, every good plan that the king is going to bring forward, it will be very easy for those plans to develop and help us as well. So we have to first of all be our brother's keeper right here in this country. Not there, because when I believe when we leave that Nigeria, coming here, we're supposed to be one Nigeria, no tribe, no nothing. But sometimes I find out that we still have to see this one, the east and the west and the south. We have to eradicate that perspective first before we can do very, very well.
And one way in which we can do that is by coming together as a community to be able to support each other, however
Yeah.
which way we can. Coming together in different Nigerian communities to uplift each other. But what you have said is definitely correct. We need to change our mindset. There is no other way for us to move forward. And that is basically what we have to say to the viewers. Now, Ms. Dodos, I would like to say thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your insight and for giving us your presence. And I would like to, do you have any last words you want to say to our viewers? Any concluding words?
I just want to say thank you to you guys, the host, and I want to say thank you to our viewers. I want to say thank you to my big uncle who recommended. I wanted, something. I was telling my daughter, I said there are some people who will ask you to do something and you can't say no. He is listening to it. He is one of. I'm a very busy person, so when he asked me, I couldn't say no. It's like,
no.
oh, you are the treasurer of the Shakira Association, and you are one of the people that did the Coronation Committee and other stuff. For that is the Shakira Association. What we use in Epping for the Coronation back in Warri. So I was the chairperson here in Canada, right? So it's like you can't say. I said, okay, sir, okay, thank you, sir. So thank Uncle for that recommendation. I really appreciate, and I appreciate you guys as well. I pray that whatever you guys are doing, God will put His hand in it, and it will be favorable to you guys and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. And on that note, we're going to end this very special topic. Thank you, viewers, and thank you everyone watching for joining the discussion. Once again, if you haven't yet, please download our app. Just search GBKM on iOS or Android to be able to get latest updates about what we're doing, catch our live shows, and keep up with our past shows as well. Don't forget to visit the website www.gbkm.tv or www.gbkm.fm. Remember, every topic starts with a discussion. See you next week, same time, same place.
Do you want to be your own boss and make income or extra income with flexible schedule? Welcome to Keenan Courier. Keenan Courier works as a marketplace platform connecting customers who need something delivered with drivers that are willing to serve them. Courier with any vehicle, better trip allocation, and cash out your earnings whenever you want. Download our driver apps today to sign up. Do you want to be your own boss and make income?
Welcome to your favorite show, The Discussion. I'm your host, Chelsea Okonji. If you are just joining us, welcome to the GBKM network. Please download our app. Just search GBKM on iOS or Android to be able to catch all of our shows. So you'll be able to see our past shows, catch up with our live shows, check out what each and every host and